What a difference a year can make. Last year, world champion Michelle Kwan could do no wrong. This year, she's had to learn how to accept defeat. The confidence that Michelle has lost has been found by Tara Lipinski. No one has been able to wipe the smile off this year's U.S. National and Champion Series gold medalist. Tara is on track for gold, and there are only a few of a chance to stop her. This week in Lausanne, 14-year-old Tara Lipinski has looked unstoppable. Michelle Kwan's been trying to regroup after 2 tough losses. And for Canada's Susan Humphries, it has been a battle. This is CTV Sports Afternoon Picks. At the risk of being repetitive, it is another absolutely beautiful day here in Lausanne, Switzerland. Hi, everybody. Rob Falls here for the 1997 World Figure Skating Championships. And if you want to get to know a people, you go to where the people are. And outside the Palais Rumine, they've got a flea market on this Saturday. What a week it has been here in Lausanne. Elvis Stojko picks up a gold medal. And then last night, Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz earned a bronze. First time since 1994 that Canada has won 2 medals at a world championship. Today, the women's short program will show you the difficult day that Canada's Susan Humphries had. And that sets up our primetime show, which is the women's free skate. We've asked Tracy Wilson, Barb Underhill, Rod Black, and they even asked me to pick out one performance that stood out in their mind. And of course, wouldn't be a program unless we had viewers' picks. We've asked you through the internet to make a choice on what you'd like to see on this show. We've got that for you as well. Speaking of pick, you know, I really haven't had much time here in Lausanne to pick up anything. I got to do some shopping now. We'll head indoors in a moment, but oh, wow. This is great. You can never have too many of these. This is probably one of those Swiss cheese warmers. I got to have this. Combien? 5 francs. Tara Lipinski, deep in concentration. The women's short program coming up from the 97 World Figure Skating Championship.
18-year-old Christina Tsako is the 6-time Hungarian women's champion. This is her 6th World Championship. She's been to 2 Winter Olympic Games and only 18 years old.
She started very young. Her best finish at the World Championships was last year in Edmonton, where she was 11th. And she will be one of the few in the competition that will be attempting the triple-triple combination, triple-toe, triple-toe. This is the first year that a triple-triple combination is allowed in this event. She's a very powerful skater. She's opening with her combination. Triple-toe, triple-toe! Now the next jump that she has planned is a triple-lutz, and that's a jump she really struggles with. So this is the key right here. She did it! It looked like she was going to pull out and do a double, and she squeaked the last rotation in. This is going to set her up very nicely. Concentration here on this double axel. Pulls it out. comfort, but what she lacked was the total package, the choreography. This is a beautiful camel spin. But this year she has worked with a new choreographer, Igor Bobrin of Russia, in an effort to gain that total package, and I think she's done a great job.
Oh, she will like this one.
It's nice to see because she's really struggled in the last couple of years.
Krisztina Sacco of Hungary. Maybe the confidence she gained finishing second at the European Championships has propelled her to Lausanne.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just need that one performance that gives you that boost that you know that you can do it. And depending on how the rest of this field skates, this could really hold up. The strength on the jumps, the difficulty. Her spins were very solid.
She's also a huge collector of stuffed animals, by the way.
Now look at this combination. She gets great height in the air. She has a great landing with lots of flow so that she can get up into the second triple. Now this was a real question mark, but she gets into the air and you see her almost delay it. That was a beauty.
Back in 1994, she captured the Sun Life Skate Canada Championship. Her best finish at the Worlds was last year, the 11th position. She has had a 23rd, a 12th, a 15th, a 17th. So the goal, top 10 perhaps, but I think she's going to get even higher than that.
She can even be higher depending on how the field skates.
Her coach is her father, who at one time was the Hungarian men's singles champion. He finished 12th in 1952 at the Winter Olympic Games in Oslo.
First mark, 5-5, 5-5.
Good marks.
5-5.
Setting the bar pretty high.
5-5.
This is very nice to see.
5-6. Second mark, 5-5. 5-5.
Proud Papa.
5-3. 5-5.
Presentation marks.
5-6.
Excellent start for Krisztina Sacco of Hungary.
5-6. 5-7. Thank you.
15-year-old Yulia Lautova of Austria, the three-time Austrian champion.
And in this short 2.5 minutes, she has Rock Around the Clock, Bye Bye Love, Barbara Ann, and Peggy Sue.
She's very entertaining, and she's very good. She's opening with a triple Lutz double toe combination. Nicely done.
Beautiful height.
Good spring into that flying camel. Good position. I especially like that one with her arms in the back.
She's only 15 years old, which means that she was only 12 when she won the first of her 3 consecutive Austrian championships.
Will require probably almost up to 2 or 3 tenths for a failure of that element.
This is a very nerve-wracking 2.5 minutes.
Is it one that you really just try to get through?
Oh, I never had to do them, and I don't think Dick ever had to do them either,
But I think that they would be very much easier because it is a short period of time and the energy is less that you have to expend.
But every move counts so much.
The double axel, one of the specific required elements. This one, the layback. Again, look at that back leg.
But she gets very nice speed in it.
Anything you say, Peggy.
Okay.
This is circular footwork.
She was very enjoyable to watch.
She's a very supple, loose-limbed, and really a wonderful athlete. And the fact is she's only 15 years of age.
And she was off the ice all of last year with 2 fractures in her right leg. So this is a comeback for her at the World Championships. Yulia Lautova of Austria. Lautova,
4-8.
required elements. The mistakes costing her dearly there. And for presentation, there you see what the judges thought of her program.
5-3, 5-3, 5-0.
Sur la glace, on the ice.
Since last year's World Championships, where she placed second after skating a program that was absolutely brilliant. This is a whole new style for Lu Chen. The music is Take 5. Choreographed by Sandra Bezic. And this will tell it all right here. She looks like she's hesitating a little bit, and she popped it.
This is not the Lu Chen that we have come to know.
And you can see it in her eyes. She doesn't have the fire, the confidence that we've seen in the past. And that should have been a double axel, and it was a single. Major error. Lulu, as we call her, said after the performance in the qualification, which was devastating, she said, my goal here is to qualify for the Olympic Games, and I hope to be in the top 10. And that will be a very difficult task with this skate.
She has won a medal of every color at the World Championships. She was the bronze medalist in 1994 behind Oksana Bayul and Nancy Kerrigan. She's smiling, but I wonder how she feels deep down.
I think at this moment she has to start preparing for next year, because she knows at this point it is over for her. And this was a total concentration error, a big, huge single Lutz.
Her coach is Li Mingzhu.
And there was the single axel at the end. There are several deductions in this program. I think we're going to see low fours in the technical mark. This is not going to be easy to take.
There had been reports that Lu Chen was going to split from her coach. There were reports that maybe her coach had told the Chinese Federation that Lu had made a lot of money skating around the world and wasn't reporting some of that money to the Chinese Federation. Again, those were rumors. All I know is we have not seen, and many people have not heard about or from Lu Chen in the last few months.
And there's total mystery surrounding all of that. They're keeping very, very quiet. They're not talking to any reporters. There's just rumors floating around as to all the different things that have been going on. It's just so unfortunate when you look at somebody with such talent. But 3.0.
When was the last time that a silver medalist from the year before, a former world champion, got marks like that? 3.0.
She will not likely make the cut. You have to place in the top 24 to go on to the long program. This will not do it for her.
Lu Chen of China. A nightmare of a day in Switzerland.
Sports Center in the 97 World Figure Skating Championships. Rod was going to fling something at me. I believe he was. Lu Chen, by the way, did not make it into the free skate. She was 25th, and that did not earn her a spot in the free skate, which you will see tonight on CTV. Going back.
Coach no longer with us, and in his place along the boards, his wife, Krista.
And Rod, that is exactly what Carlo used to do every time Nicole stepped on the ice, and this is the first time I've seen her lose her composure.
A very, very difficult time. Not only for Nicole, but quite obviously for Mrs. Fassi, and we send our condolences.
The key for her is to come out here and stay strong from the beginning to the end, to keep the concentration throughout the performance.
L'échauffement est terminé. Veuillez quitter la piste. Merci. The warming up is over. Would you please clear the air? Thank you. Sur la glace, on the ice, Nicole Bobek, United States of America.
The former U.S. champion said yesterday, this is for Carlo. She won a bronze medal at the Worlds in 1995, the year she was the U.S. champion. I don't know if there are many people on the face of this earth that could go out and skate after what she has gone through in the last 24 hours.
Well, it was definitely the most difficult performance of her career. She went for everything. She showed great strength. And I'm sure she was very warmed by the encouragement of the audience. I'm sure she has never felt this type of support.
Carlo Fassi, her late coach, said she has the ability to be the very best in the world.
Well, she's a very complete skater. Wonderful spins, gorgeous spirals. She certainly has what it takes to be a world champion.
She has had a lot of obstacles, though, hasn't she? Chose to skate on tour, has had injury problems. The tour skating affected everything she did for the United States Federation. Last year, she withdrew from the U.S. Nationals. It's nice to see her back competing at the Worlds again.
United States of America. First mark, 4-8, 4-6.
Marks for
5-0, 4-7, 4-8.
the required elements are
4-9. Second mark.
They're not
mid-range
bad.
fours. No,
I think the strength of her other elements have kept her up there.
presentation marks. And
5-7.
Nicole Bobek is currently in third position on a very, very difficult day.
The ice, Elena Grunberg.
Thoroughly from France.
And with so many mistakes so far in the competition, here's a girl that could really benefit. She was great in qualifying.
She's going to finish this off in style. She's home free now.
It's like she lit this building up. We've seen so many mistakes so far here today. And finally, somebody's just come out here and gone for it.
1 This has been a breakthrough season for Vanessa Gusmeroli of France. Not only in her own country, where she finished second at the Nationals, but at the World Championships, too. She's going to be certainly among the contenders.
Here's her opening combination, which set the tone. Triple Lutz double loop. And that combination is considered more difficult than triple Lutz double toe. And look at the quality of these spins. Beautiful, tight position, great speed. Overall, just a very, very strong performance.
The marks require an element. Very, very strong for Vanessa Gusmeroli.
5-6, 5-6, 5-7, 5-5, 5-8, 5-7, 5-5.
A new name at the top of the leaderboard.
5-7, 5-7, 5-7.
Christina Tsako has moved into second.
5-7.
And here is the leader, Vanessa Gusmeroli
5-8. Thank
of
you.
France. It's Meteorite. 4 foot 8 inches, a grade 9 student, 14 years old, youngest ever American women's figure skating champion, Tara Lipinski.
She came out in qualifying and skated a program that was even better than the program she skated at her national championships. She's been extremely consistent in practice here. But she actually came out yesterday and looked like suddenly she forgot how to jump. She just had lost the confidence for a moment. I think there has been so much focus on her here this week.
Kid's done it again. She is the youngest United States women's figure skating champion in history. She could become the youngest ever women's world figure skating champion.
She is amazing. Not only did she complete all of the required elements, but she skated with such spirit and charm. Here's her combination. She doesn't get a lot of height, but she just rotates so quickly. Look at the emotion on her face there in that spin. She was so sure of herself throughout the performance.
I really think what ignited Tara Lipinski was that second place finish at Skate Canada back in the fall, because after that she got more confident and more confident. She won the U.S. Nationals, followed it up with the Champion Series championship. She has wrestled the podium and the marquee away from Michelle Kwan.
Absolutely, and I thought yesterday that the focus that has been on her maybe had gotten to her a little, because on the practice she went over and over and over again trying to do the triplets and she couldn't do it. Same thing happened here this morning. So I was wondering if maybe the enormity of all of this had finally gotten to her, but obviously it hadn't.
Her coach is Richard Callahan, who also coaches Todd Eldridge at the Detroit Figure Skating Club.
Do you know their goal was to win gold in 2002?
Hello, world.
But this, if she wins here, it's going to put an awful lot of pressure on her for the Olympics next year. And can a 14-year-old handle that type of pressure? I think we're seeing that for Michelle Kwan this year.
So much, so young. We saw it a few years ago with Oksana Bayul. The world in women's skating has gotten progressively younger and younger. It is a teenage woman's game.
And she's done this year what Michelle Kwan did last year. She had absolutely nothing to lose, everything to gain. This year, Michelle Kwan suffered from that, the pressure of expectations, and Tara will next year.
Judge is taking a bit of time here, and I'm not really sure why. You would think it would be first place across the board, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. The strength of the program, the choreography, the spins, everything was just top-notch.
Perhaps they are setting some room still, though, for Michelle Kwan. Let's take a look.
United States of America. 5'8", first mark.
Required elements marks of 5.5 from the Polish judge.
5'8".
In fact, there are two 5.5s up
And
there.
she's questioning that herself.
5'8".
Now the second set of marks
5'6".
are a little better.
5'8".
In fact, she only has 5 first-place ordinals. She is in first place, but 4 judges
5'6". Thank you.
have placed her second. Tara Lipinski, however, is the leader. 4-time Russian champion Maria Butrskaya started the season with a disappointing 10th place finish at Skate America, but she's picked herself up after that.
Well, she's always been a skater that has struggled with her nerves in competition, but she made a coaching change right before the Champion Series final, and it seemed to really boost her confidence. She's skating with more aggression and more of a belief in herself. Here's her opening triple Lutz combination. And she does it. Here's her triple loop, and she does it. She's on.
think her new coach probably told her one thing that really has helped her, and that's to look like you're having fun and smile, because she never really used to do that a lot.
Well, she was always so unsure of herself when she stepped on the ice to compete, but you could see it in her eyes. She was very intense, very aggressive going into each of the elements, and she just looks like a completely different skater.
Absolutely.
Here's her opening combination. She doesn't get a tremendous amount of height on her jumps, but she's rotating very tightly, and she pulls it out to get in the double toe.
First mark, 5-6.
Required element marks, and there are some derisive boos and whistles from the crowd at 5-4s as high as 5.7.
5-7. Second mark, 5-7.
Butrskaya
5-4.
just wants to stay in range.
5-8.
They do come up, and Maria Butrskaya is currently third. Kuzmaroli second. Lipinski leads.
Well, after warm-up, Susan Humphries of Canada came backstage and took her skates off immediately. They put an ice bag on the affected ankle, hoping that that will chill it down and, in fact, numb it, so she will be able to go out on the ice. And as you can see right now, she's getting a little acupuncture in her hand, and I'm not perfect at acupuncture, but that could be a pressure point that affects the ankle as well. So for Susan Humphries, her coaches told her, forget about the foot, just remember to bend your knees and try to smile.
She glided to the top of the world. She lost her U.S. National Championship a few weeks ago, and now the ball is in her court. With Lipinski leading, this is Michelle Kwan.
She has been the overwhelming favorite for 2 years. She has dominated the sport, but her confidence was shattered with all the pressure of expectations. But I think that pressure has been taken off a little bit here, and that may help her in this performance. Look at this beautiful spiral sequence. She looks very confident. Here's her triple-Lutz combination. Oh my goodness, she was not over top of that 3-foot. Choreographer Lori Nickel earlier in the season, and she said throughout the summer she was struggling so much with her skates. She went through several pairs. I think that has really hurt her confidence, and I think that is what started the whole problem, because it used to be her psychological edge that she had over the other skaters. Triple toe loop. Can't have confidence in your skating. She has just shown she's human. For years, for the entire year last year, she went pretty much error-free. But when the confidence is gone, it's just really tough to compete at this level under this type of pressure. But look at this gorgeous spiral sequence at the very beginning of the program. She looked almost too relaxed to me. She didn't have that aggressive look that she gets in her eyes when she does it well. Now, watch the triple lutz. She's just off balance in the air, way too far back on the landing. Couldn't pull the three-leg through.
United States men's champion, former men's champion, Brian Boitano had a chat with Michelle Kwan earlier this week, and they were talking about the confidence factor, and Brian said, what are you thinking about when you are out there? And she says, I'm thinking about not doing something. And
Yeah.
he said, don't think, don't.
Well, it used to be she didn't have to think. It was just so natural for her all last year. And I think she's had to think too much this year. It's not happening as naturally as it used to. She's having to fight for it.
Here's Rob Faulds.
Rod, right now, Canadian therapist Alain Schedelman has been using acupuncture on Susan Humphries. It will help increase her pain tolerance. Right now, they've iced her left ankle, and now they're just trying to get range of motion back in it again. They've been working on it for quite some time and hope that she will be ready to go when it is her turn for the short program.
Yeah, it was way better. Yeah.
It's just the pressure.
Let's hope that Susan Humphries is able to skate. And tears in the eyes of Michelle Kwan, the defending champion. She wants to stay among the leaders before the free skate.
United States of America, first mark, 5-5, 5-5, 5-4.
Those marks aren't good enough.
5-4, 5-5, 5-4.
And she will have to come out and fight in
Second
the long
mark,
program.
5-7.
Fight to get on the medal
5-7.
podium.
Presentation
5-8,
marks are better, but
5-8,
once again, she is
5-8,
looking up at that name,
5-9,
Tara Lipinski, but this time she's looking up
5-7,
from
5-8.
fourth
Thank
position.
you.
Michelle
Sur la
Kwan, the
glace,
defending
from the
champion,
ice,
fourth
Irina
so far in the
Slutskaya,
short program.
Russia.
Here is the European champion. And with Tara Lipinski in the #1 slot right now, but not with a convincing unanimous decision across the board, Irina Slutskaya has a definite chance to take over.
But she is also, like Michelle Kwan, a skater who has really struggled this year with the pressure of expectation. She's been inconsistent, and she's had a lot of difficulties with this opening combination. This will say it all right here. And she goes down. That was a hard fall. She comes back with a beautiful triple loop.
finish. But what a fall to the ice. Aryna Slutskaya crash-landed in her short program. We have not seen anybody today, with the exception of Tara Lipinski and Vanessa Guzmaroli, grab the torch and take it.
And I think that's a sign of the times. There's so much pressure on these women, so much risk. Look at this triple Lutz. She's on a severe lead there. She goes down hard. That's a point for deduction. I thought she showed tremendous guts, though, when she came back just right after that and nailed a perfect triple loop. And look at this spin. This is one of the best spins in the competition. She does the Biellmann on both feet. Look at that position. Extremely flexible. The strength of her spins could hold her within reach.
She was the bronze medalist in Edmonton last year, behind Michelle Kwan and Lu Chen. And of course, our ongoing story backstage. Susan Humphries will skate last, and look who is helping her. The world champion Elvis Stojko, telling her to stay strong, stay focused. The blister on her foot. I've never seen an athletic therapist at a skating event use acupuncture that close to someone skating.
This injury may have a way, though, of taking her mind off the jumps. She may just go out and nail it.
Slutskaya waits for her marks.
And the leaderboard is going to look very different than it did last year.
Will it ever? Michelle Kwan, I still can't believe that she has fallen to fourth. And still to skate, our Canadian champion. The acupuncture for higher pain tolerance, not to numb the foot, but to help her deal with the pain. Slutskaya leaves. The marks are on the board.
5-2, 5-3.
And Aryna Slutskaya has fallen down too. She has slipped to sixth position.
5-7, 5-6.
Tara Lipinski still the leader.
5-6.
And Canada's Susan Humphries
Thank you.
will skate, ladies skate. I cannot recall too many times when she has skated pain-free.
There's always something for her to think about. But I hope this right here is going to make her tougher. She's about to find out exactly what she's made of.
Brother and sister. Remember Lorna at the Canadians on the cellular phone calling the parents back home, and I bet you they are as nervous as Susan is right now. Elvis Stojko along with Marie-Claude Savard-Gagnon, Luc Bredet, Jeff Langdon in the background, the Canadians watching, and Elvis, the team leader, giving some words of encouragement too to the Canadian women's champion, the last skater in the women's short program.
She's trying so hard to stay focused here.
Thank you.
This injury is going to affect all of her jumps because of the reduced flexibility. It's going to be hard to get down in her knee on the takeoff, especially on the triple Lutz, which will be the very first jump in her program.
And here she is, the 21-year-old from Edmonton, Alberta.
She's the very last to skate. The door is wide open for her. Here she goes, triple Lutz. triple toe here if she hopes to qualify for the final. There. For somebody who has had so much confidence all week long, she's been practicing so well. This is so disappointing.
Required elements marks.
3-8, 3-9, 4-4, 3-9.
And how do you come back from this?
4-0. Second mark, 5-0.
Presentation marks are better.
4-6, 4-9, 5-0, 4-9, 5-1, 5-2.
And Susan Humphries is
Ainsi s'achève la
21st.
présentation des programmes courts de la catégorie dames. La prochaine épreuve.
From the women's short program held yesterday, Tara Lipinski of the United States in the lead. Vanessa Gusmeroli of France. What a strong performance for her. Maria Butrskaya third. Defending champion Michelle Kwan in fourth place. And Kristina Zacko in fifth. Arina Slutskaya, who was on the podium last year in Edmonton, in sixth place. Susan Humphries in 21st position. Tonight, prime time on CTV.